Since our last episode, Donald Trump won the 2024 presidential election in a landslide victory. Former President Jimmy Carter passed away at the ripe old age of 100. Super sexy Luigi Mangione killed the evil Monopoly man. A bunch of alien spy drones showed up, and we still don't know why or where they came from. There was probably a mass shooting or two, I'm pretty sure. The guy blew up his Cybertruck outside of that Trump hotel in Vegas. Las Vegas has been burned off the map officially. Israel and Hamas have reached a peace deal. And today, Donald J. Trump, well, not a peace deal, what is it where they agree not to kill each other for a little while? Just for a little bit.
I think it's a truce.
A truce? Yeah, they found themselves in a truce.
I think it's called a timeout.
That's when they get together and they tell the truce to each other. They tell the truce, the whole truce, and nothing but the truce. And today, as you're watching this episode on Monday, Donald J. Trump is being inaugurated into the office as the 47th president of the United States. That is everything we missed. Now that we've covered literally everything that we've missed, let's tell some dick jokes. This is Lauren.
Ni hao.
And I'm Joshua.
You know why I said that?
No, why?
That goes out to the Chinese lady that pushed me today while walking home from work. Just in case she's watching, I want her to know that I know that she pushed me.
That's Lauren. I'm Joshua, and you're listening to Working Crass Podcast. I'm sorry that you got pushed by a Chinese lady.
It's okay. It discombobulates you. So if
you came home in the front door, I got pushed today, and it was a Chinese one too. That's what you did.
Yeah, I did.
And they was Chinesier than ever. I'll tell you what. I said, Lauren, calm down. I'm sorry you got pushed, but you can't come in. Every time I walk out the door, they get Chinesier and Chinesier. I'm sorry you got pushed. Did you do something? Were you very dishonorable?
Yeah, I was blocking the dragon dance.
Were you behaving very dishonorably?
I might have been. I was standing apparently too close to the crosswalk, and this lady was like, I gotta be first. I gotta be first to cross the street as soon as the light changes.
Well, I think, she has the right to do that because, Chinese people, this is the whole problem, is you are the personification of Asian hate. You are what Asians fear. That when they said stop Asian hate, they're really talking about tiny little Jewish girls like you because you just hate them. No, I'm just joking. No, what they actually were talking about is the hatred the Asian people show when they shove people out of the way in the street.
Yeah.
They said, we have to stop this Asian hate. They're so hateful.
Yeah, I experienced it firsthand.
If we put all of the Asian hate stuff up at the top of the podcast, then the algorithm's not going to push us out. So we should move on from the Asian hate, but we should recircle back at the end of the episode. Talk a little bit more about those fellas.
Maybe
once we hit the 45-minute mark, it is green light on Asians. We can talk whatever we want, but the first 15 minutes we got to be family friendly and clean. Okay, let's talk about Israel, Hamas. No, I'm just joking. No, I do have a few things that I pulled up for us to watch and talk about here. We're recording a couple days before you see this and it's released, but this just happened today. This was President Joe Biden's farewell address to the nation. So I figured we could watch some of it because, this is his final address as president. It's historic. Now that, we are a contrarian podcast, right? We are pretty contrarian.
Yeah.
Would you describe us as that?
Yeah.
Like the whole last few years, since the podcast has begun, we've always been in the Biden administration. So one could say that they listen to our podcast and feel like we're, pro-Trump or like maybe, a little less hard on Trump than we are Democrats potentially.
Yeah.
But now that Trump is in office, we will be defending the DNC exclusively. If we're going to be contrarian, we have to be fair. Trump is in office now. We need to be contrarian to that, right?
Okay. I just say pro-funny. I'm pro-funny. Whatever is the funnier.
I'm going to call that man orange on our podcast every episode. I'm going to go, welcome to Working Crass Podcast, Orange Man Bad. And it will be funny.
We're
It won't be for a while, but we'll make it.
We'll just change the name to Orange Man Crass Podcast.
Orange Man Crass Podcast. Orange Crass Man Bad Podcast.
Working Orange Podcast.
Working Orange Crass Man Bad Podcast.
Yeah, and I think that should suffice.
It's a wonderful podcast. It's called Working Man Crass Man Bad Orange Bad Podcast. And it's run by two bozos.
Oh, I'd love for Trump to call us bozos.
They're two bozos. They talk. They bring a friend on the podcast. At the end of the podcast, they all lay down on a couch. They all have sex with each other. I'm pretty sure this is the one I've been watching. They're bozos. They sit and they talk to people for a while, and then they all get naked and they have sex. It's crazy. It's called Orange Man Bad Crass Bad Man Podcast.
The title's a little long.
Too long of a title. I told them, shorten the title. Anyway, okay, this is President Joe Biden's farewell address to the nation. You could see. I can tilt this towards you a little.
I can kind of see.
Okay. You should be able to see. You're a co-host of the podcast. You should be able to see the screen.
Well, I don't want to impose.
Oh, wait, hold on. I had
need
muted
audio.
everything. We do need audio. Wow. First mistake of the new run of podcasts. Hell yeah.
My fellow Americans, I'm speaking to you tonight from the Oval Office. Before I begin,
From the Yellow Office? Is that what he called it?
Yeah.
I think he said Oval Office, but it really did sound like I'm speaking to you today from the Yellow Office. That's the blue office over there. That's the green one. I'm in the yellow one.
Let me look at the curtains. Look at the curtains of the
They're
screen.
yellow. They're yellow.
Speak to important news from earlier today. After 8 months of nonstop negotiation, by my administration, a ceasefire and a hostage deal has been reached by Israel and Hamas, the elements of which I laid out in great detail in May of this year.
My administration only. Wait, sorry, that's Trump. Well, that's kind of what he's doing here, though, right? I did it. They agreed to a ceasefire. It was me. But, okay, so wasn't it... I mean, everything I've read... Keep in mind, I read things on the internet, and I only get my news from people who are described on Reddit as right-wingers. So...
Okay.
But everything I've read is that the ceasefire happened because Trump sent his envoy into Israel to have a conversation, and then that's what they agreed.
But he did it while Biden was still
president.
Technically president.
Gotcha, chump.
That's the loophole.
Hey, buddy, I gotcha, chump. That's my Biden.
This plan was developed and negotiated by my team. And will be largely
So is
implemented.
he lying here? Is what I'm asking. Was it negotiated by his team or was it Trump's team?
I don't think he's lying because I don't think he knows what is going on, who he is, where he is.
Let's be perfectly honest. His team and Trump's team, what's the difference? Isn't it the same people that represent the U.S. that go over to some country and be like, hey, quit that. We got to stop because we can't get away with this anymore. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Aren't they the same, like, elite people that, we'll never meet and never get to see
Yeah.
in those secret meetings?
Yeah.
Is there really much difference?
No.
Okay.
By the incoming administration. That's why I told my team to keep the incoming administration fully informed, because that's how it should be, working together as Americans. This will be my final address to you from the American people from the Oval Office, from this desk as president.
Already messing with it. This will be the last time I talk to you guys on the Orange Man, Crass Man, Bad Man, Crass Man, Bad Man podcast. The American people, this is the last time I'll talk to you from the American people, from the office.
This will be the last time I talk to you because I'm going to die right after I get done filming this. And I'm going to ask a gun and I'm going to curl in a ball and die.
That's pretty good. That's a good Biden. That's way better than
I
my
should have a
Biden.
good job in the negotiations.
It's a very good Biden. It's almost a Kristen Wiig, but it's a good Biden.
And I've been thinking a lot about who we are and maybe more importantly, who we should be.
And who am I?
Who am I? And where am I? And what happened? And can I get ice cream? And the negotiations with the Hamas and the negotiation attribution American people. Thank you.
I've been thinking a lot about who we are and where are we and who am I?
Is there a God?
Is there a God?
Now, why did he get me out of here sooner? Why did he abandon me?
In New York Harbor, an iron worker installed beam after beam, day after day. He was joined by steel workers, stonemasons, engineers. They built not just a single structure, but a beacon of freedom. The very idea of America was so big, we felt the entire world needed to see. The Statue of Liberty.
The Statue of Liberty.
Bean after bean, a beacon of hope, the statue of ice cream.
He said, bean after bean.
Yeah.
Bean after bean. America's like a chili.
Gift from France after our Civil War. Like the very idea of America, it was built not by one person, but by many people from every background and from around the world. Like America, the Statue of Liberty is not standing still.
He thinks it's called the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
Is it called the Statue of Liberty and I'm dumb?
No, he thinks that. He thinks it's like a clause that was written down.
A big group of men and women and Frenchmen came over today,
and they
laid the beans.
They laid the beans and they wrote out the Statue of Liberty, which says each person gets a bean, and we're all a bunch of chilies, and we're living together in a big old chili pot.
Her foot literally steps forward atop a broken chain of human bondage. She's on the march, and she literally moves. She was built to sway back and forth to withstand the fury of stormy weather, to stand the test of time because storms are always coming. She sways a few inches, but she never falls into the current below. An engineering marvel. The Statue of Liberty is also an enduring symbol of the soul of our nation, a soul shaped by forces that bring us together and by forces that pull us apart. And yet, through good times and tough times, we've withstood it all. A nation of pioneers and explorers.
I like the way the hips sway on that statue. I like to watch it move away, walk away from me.
It literally moves my penis in my pants.
It goes up, down, up, down.
There's somewhere in here where he talks about the hope of the American people is like a little plant in the ground. And it grows to be beautiful. It's like, it's all just platitudes and everything is said. Like, it's like they had all of the politicians study like Dave Chappelle's specials where he puts his foot up on the speaker and gets close and goes, and like has like the emotional connection with people. And but they just read scripts. They just read a teleprompter.
Yeah,
and then try to impart on the people that what I'm saying is it's beautiful, you know?
Yeah.
It's the lady at the Stevie Wonder concert that we went to that said, "Thank you so much for being here tonight." And you can tell that she means not a word of it, but she's presenting it because that's what the job is and that's what she thinks is she's supposed to do.
Yeah.
But people actually want you to see you like do that genuinely.
Yeah.
And the majority of people see that and they go, "That was genuine.
Yeah.
She's nice."
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to see every one of you. If I could give every one of you a hug, I would. Then do it. Anyway, we don't have to watch all of that, but that was just a little taste of now our favorite president, Joe Biden.
Yeah. We're going to get him on the show.
We really shouldn't have made fun of him at all. That's not what we do
No,
now.
he was perfect.
He was perfect. It's now we're in a new administration. Once you win, you evil, everyone else good.
Yeah.
Don't you understand this?
Yeah.
If you're in power, you bad. As soon as you're out of power, you good again.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you have money, you bad. If you don't have money, you good.
Yeah.
We good? Now, something that we missed, but I guess, this episode is coming out on Inauguration Day, and this happened.
Yeah.
The last Inauguration Day was January 6th, right? In 2021. Yeah, 2021 was January 6th. That was Inauguration Day, right?
No, I don't think that was Inauguration Day.
Oh, it wasn't.
No, I think, yeah, that wasn't Inauguration Day.
I thought they inaugurated him on that day. Wasn't
No, it was before the inauguration, I think.
January 6th. I guess I could look up Inauguration Day 2021. Right? And that'll tell me what the date was. January 20th. I guess it's always January 20th. My bad. Okay, but anyway, one of the things we missed was the anniversary of January 6th.
Yeah, I wanted to say that it was always January 20th, but then I thought for a second, no, that's probably wrong, and I don't want to sound stupid. I should have just gone with my gut, because I was right.
No, it's always good to double check so that because if you were wrong, you would have looked stupid, but you were right.
And I wanted to say it with confidence, too.
Guess what? You still look smart because you knew it. That being said, we did miss January 6th. I know we should have done like a live stream special event, but we didn't.
We should have done a reenactment. Yeah, but we said to ourselves, until our rightful president gets his ass back in that beautiful building on Pennsylvania Avenue, we ain't doing one more podcast.
Put him in the yellow office. Put him in the yellow office. But we did miss January 6th, which is always fun because, everybody will go on the TV and then embarrass themselves talking about it, including The View. And The View is still a great show. Still a lovely, we're still having fun and you're still the one. You're still the one.
You're the only one.
Only one that I want. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I was like, if I start singing this, it's going to be so off key.
I still think I was wrong with the lyrics, but I knew what you were going for. Anyway, The View on January 6th started talking and reminiscing about what happened on January 6th, and they're talking about how now, like, culture is kind of, a bunch of people have kind of stopped really caring so much about it. Most people kind of see it as like it's not as big of a deal as they were making it out to be. They were blowing it out of proportion. And so they have some pushback to that. They don't like that, okay? They don't like when the citizens start to talk.
They don't like when the citizens get mouthy.
Yeah, exactly. This is The View saying, hey, big brother here, stay in your place. You know what I'm saying?
Stay in your lane.
So
you better watch yourself.
You better watch yourself. So, anyway, all right, here's The View.
President Biden also penned an op-ed warning about the unrelenting effort to rewrite and even erase the history of that day. So is that what happened here? I mean, we all watched.
Yep.
I think most of us saw. I mean, some folks still say it's...
I mean, I was there. I think we were all there.
I still, every time she talks, she lets out little farts in between. She just like holds her hand and kind of squeezes and then gets the sentence out.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
it's just every time without fail.
I think we all remember what happened that day. I had gas. And I still do today. And no one will help me. I keep asking the people backstage, help me, I got gas. Lord, help me, please. I'm in pain. Jesus Christ, I can't go on the show today. I got such bad gas. Oh, Lord Jesus, help me. Nobody helps me. Anyway, all right.
That's not what happened, but, but what do we do?
I think we need to find moral clarity, in this country. And I just remember after January 6th, you had someone like Mitch McConnell placing the blame on January 6th where it belonged, squarely on Donald Trump's shoulders. And then you started seeing people back.
You can lightly hear people in the audience go, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just like very quietly.
Yeah,
all the old women in the audience go, mm-hmm. It's that man's fault.
Yeah, I always think you should look to Mitch McConnell for moral clarity.
track that and losing their moral center. You had Condoleezza Rice, I believe, on this very show saying, you know, we need to move on from January 6th. I say no. You don't move on because January 6th was an atrocity. It was one of the worst moments in American history. And
listen to this. This is the best line.
When you think about the worst moments in American history, you know, like World War II, things that happened, you know, like the Holocaust, chattel slavery, we need to never forget because.
How do you like that?
How do I like that? I think that's a fine comparison.
How do you like that as a Jewish person? This lady compares January 6th insurrectionists pooping on Nancy Pelosi's desk to the Holocaust, and she goes, the Holocaust. She doesn't even know. She was trying to read the prompter. She goes, and the Holocaust. I think my son plays that game, Holo 4.
No, she took the comparison right out of my mouth. That's what I would have said. If anybody asked me, they're like, those are definitely equivalent, right? And I would have been like, yes. Yes.
That's like embarrassing to do on national television at this point. I don't know. I mean, I guess there's enough people that'll just...
Okay, sure. 6 million Jews died in the Holocaust, and 1 person died during January 6th, and it was a protester who was shot by a cop. But that's pretty much the same thing when you think about it.
No, Lauren. 4 cops died on January 6th.
Of heart attacks following the event months later.
They were killed by insurrectionists. Their heads were torn off their bodies. Their arms dismembered from their torsos, and they still lived for 10 to 15 minutes after, headless, running around going, where's my head? Where's my arms? It was just legs and a torso.
Yeah.
And then they fell down, and
Yeah.
finally they died, all at the hands of the insurrection. Donald Trump himself, actually, he ran in with the insurrectionists, and he beheaded 4 cops.
Yeah, he was kind of like a Dr. Mengele of January 6th. He was performing experiments on them to see how long they could last as limbless, headless torsos.
all of his degenerate minions were taking over the Capitol, right? He walked in the front doors. He went, "This ends now." And he had laser eyes, and his eyes lasered 4 police officers into a dust in front of everyone.
Yeah.
And there's video evidence.
Yeah.
I saw it on CNN.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I've seen the evidence. Yeah, I don't know. But still, even if that did happen, even if Trump walked in and lasered those 4 cops, I'd say the Holocaust was a little worse. I mean, it was a little worse. Anyway,
Well, her comparison to chattel slavery, I mean, that's... At least give her that one.
what is that? What is channel slavery? Is
Chattel
that a Is that a
slavery.
channel I can get on like HBO or Cinemax? I can get channel slavery. Is just play those like slave movies that white people love to watch and
Yeah.
cry about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the slavery channel. Yeah.
What is chattel slavery?
That was just the
Term for
slave
slavery?
system.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have I never heard that? Well, I am stupid. So, now, okay. So this next thing that I have for us to watch is the most 2025, and it might have happened late 2024, but this is the most like future. This is what if somebody from the past found a time machine and then they showed up today and they asked me, Joshua, what is the future like? I'm going to go back to my time. I'm going to write a book. What is it like in the year 2025? Like, tell me, what is it like? This video is what I'd show them to demonstrate what the future is like, okay?
Okay. All right.
All right, let me pull it up here.
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. This guy is in a Waymo car. Waymo is a self-driving car, and he is trapped. And he is calling, the car is calling the customer service line for the Waymo self-driving cars.
Okay.
This car is driving in circles in a parking lot, and this guy is late for his flight.
Connected to rider support. This call may be recorded for quality assurance.
This car is just going in circles.
Hi there, Mike. This is Gab. I'm calling from Waymo Support. I'm just calling because I received a notification that your car might be experiencing some routing issue. Please bear with me while I am.
Yeah, I got a flight to catch. Why is this thing going in a circle? I'm getting dizzy. Look at what it's doing.
I understand. I'm really, really sorry, Mike. We're currently working with the situation of the vehicle. Is it circling around a parking lot, right?
It's circling around a parking lot. I got my seatbelt on. I can't get out the car. Has this been hacked? What's going on? I feel like I'm in the movies. Is somebody playing a joke on me? And I got a flight to catch.
Not. I understand, Mike. I'm really sorry for this. We're working with this, but by any chance, do you have an access to your Waymo app right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm gonna be pulling the car over while we are trying to assist the car. Oh, hold on, just a second.
Oh my goodness. I just better not be late for the flight. You guys are going to take care of the flight.
Is that not the most 2025 video of all time? Calling customer service and not getting someone helpful. that's like my last 5 years, everything since COVID is like calling customer support lines that are not helpful or are automated. And honestly, that sounded like an AI voice chatbot that is helping, is not a real person. It's like doing the AI chatbot voice and helping him in that way, which a lot of call centers have been implementing those AI chatbots.
Yeah.
Stuck in a car with a customer support that cannot help you. They go, let us try to check on the car for a little while. And then he goes, I'm late for a flight. I'm stuck in a car that is circling a parking lot. I have my seatbelt on. I can't get out of the car. And they go, well, do you have access to the Waymo app on your phone? that line was what made me think this is the most like modern, like this is what the future is, stuck in a self-driving car with them asking, the only way to get out is telling support whether or not you have access to the app on your phone to get out of the self-driving car.
Yeah, I think the only thing that would make it more 2025 is if the radio suddenly came on and it was playing a recording of The View with Sonny Hosted saying that January 6th is the same as the Holocaust and slavery. I'm gonna tweak
that slightly just because I think playing The View would make it more of a kind of 90s 2000s. That's when it was in its heyday, right? But no, I think the radio would automatically play like the Hawk Tua podcast would be like the most modern 2025. Be listening to Hawk Tua talk to I don't know, some influencer that we've never heard of.
Yeah, it'd be the Hawk to a
the Bear Man, and then the Bear Man's on there. He's like, I do dances at Walmart.
Hawkatua and Bear Man, sponsored by Waymo.
You say Hawkatua?
Hawkatua.
Oh, the Hawkatua, but you said Hawkatua, like a sounds like an Indian reservation,
like the Maori dance,
like a chief or whatever. I'm Chief Hawkatua. Our cat is trying to sabotage this podcast and has been the whole time.
He's going to knock that light over.
If you've been watching the video, you've seen this cat hopping up, trying to sabotage. He's saying, feed me, but he's not going to get any food and he's not going to get what he wants.
Yeah, and he's very judgmental about our production, and when he doesn't like the way that this is produced, he makes his feelings known.
He's pro-Trump.
Yeah.
He's Chinese. He's Chinesier than the rest of them.
It's probably him who pushed me.
Probably.
As I was walking home.
I could see him doing that. He is a bad cat. He's a good cat.
I am surprised that when the guy was like, the car's going around in circles and I'm getting dizzy, that the customer service person didn't say something like, well, have you tried looking out at the horizon? Just like something completely unhelpful.
Yeah. Looking up dizziness. Looking up self-cures for dizziness. Playing Dizziness by Cardi B.
But that...
Playing Help, I'm Stuck in a Car by Drake. It's like everything he says they think is a command for some song.
Playing catalog of Dizzy Gillespie. Now, that was just a real life It's Always Sunny moment. Because isn't there an episode where Dennis is trapped in like
a self-driving car
and has to go through the stupid customer service crap?
I think you're right. I think it was. Yeah, I mean, you're right. They predicted it. It's not hard to predict that that's what's going to happen, I guess, once they introduce the concept of self-driving cars, but it's not long. It's less like, I get, like, if you're in a self-driving car, something's going to go wrong at some point because computers just go wrong. That's the nature of tech, is things just go wrong and you can't describe why, or can't figure out why. But it's the the customer service side of it. There, you're stuck and there's no help. There's absolutely no help. Like, what are you gonna do? At that point, I would have jumped out, like taken my seatbelt off and jumped out of the car. But I also don't know, do those self-driving cars like have a lock for your seatbelt when it's moving so you can't get out, or like it won't open the door while it's moving just for safety?
Yeah, you'd have to like MacGyver your way out of there. You'd have to like figure out a way to like cut the seatbelt off of you and smash the window. And
they should do like this should be the next season of Black Mirror. They do 127 hours, but instead of having his arm caught in a rock, he's stuck in a in a self-driving car
that's
and he can't
going
get
around
out.
in a circle.
Yep. Instead of instead of a what is that movie, Speed, instead of a bus that has to stay above a certain mileage, it's just a self-driving car that someone's stuck in that cannot go below a certain mileage.
But he still cuts his arm off because that's what the Waymo app told him to do.
Have you tried cutting your arm off? Oh man. Well, let's move on here to another story that I thought was funny. I mean, not funny. I thought this one was crude. Teacher intentionally trips autistic preschooler running in classroom, Texas cops say. Did I say I thought this one was funny? I think this one's mean. Not funny, but I saw it was in the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, so this is not far from where I grew up. I'll tell you that right now. By Lauren Liebhaber. Is that you? Is that your secret name?
It's my code name, my code journalist name.
Liebhaber. A Texas teacher has been charged after authorities said she intentionally tripped a nonverbal student, local news outlets reported. Look, when you're, as a teacher, as someone who taught for a long time, you wake up early in the morning, you get there to greet all of these fucking snot-nosed, ungrateful little brats. You babysit these kids all fucking day. Their parents yell at you for no fucking reason. They expect everything for their child and nothing for other children. The children have no respect for authority because they're not taught it at home. You know, you have to stay after work so that you can work on the after school programs because there's not enough resources for the after school program, so they need someone to work them. So, and you know, that time is, you know, kind of coming out of your paycheck, and you get home late at night, and all you have time to do is drink and put a shampoo bottle up your ass in the bathtub and jerk off all over your own face.
Yeah, been there, done that.
And so, at a certain point, after doing that night after night after night, it's a lonely existence.
And your butt gets stretched out.
And your butt hurts. And at a certain point, the only way you have to entertain yourself
is the little things.
The little things. Like, you see an autistic kid running by. It's not because he's autistic. It's because he's a kid.
It's because he's running by.
It's because he's running by. It's because it's an opportunity to make something happen in your miserable life. A child is running by. They could have any type of, they could have cancer for all I care, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. It's not their flaws that are causing me to trip this child. It's the opportunity to trip a child.
Yeah, it's a crime of convenience.
Thank you very much. Stick your foot out there. The kid falls. It's funny. It's funny every time. Hey, the kids get to do it. Why can't an adult do it? I'm not saying, and I'll make a public statement now. I've never done this. Have I fantasized about it? Absolutely. Everyone fantasizes. You see a kid run by, you go, man, I could just trip that kid. Yeah. It would make, but I also, you know, walk by people in the street and go, man, I could just jam my thumbs into their eye sockets. So maybe I'm just I don't know. Maybe that's how I get my violent tendencies out. And anyway, I've never done this.
Do you?
And I think she should be punished and fired for doing so. I'm not trying to defend her. I'm just trying to give a list of reasons why she's right. Lin Shin. Uh-oh. She might be Chinesier than the rest of them. No, I'm just joking.
This might be the person who pushed me. This might be the person who pushed me when I was walking
And
home.
she tripped a child, and then she came to
and
Chicago
that child
and pushed
was
you.
me. That child was me, Joshua. In the words of Kamala Harris, that child was me.
Court records show a grandparent volunteering in Shin's classroom on September 26th heard Shin say, "I swear if that kid runs past me one more time, I'm going to trip him." This is a crime of convenience. You are right.
Mm-hmm.
Because the kid has run by multiple times, and the thought is going through the head. If he does that one more time, I will trip him.
Yeah.
Not right, but doesn't have to do with him being autistic, right? It's just the opportunity to trip a child. She stuck her foot in his path, causing him to fall and cry.
Well, better than sticking her foot in his ass.
The student around preschool age is autistic and nonverbal and was running back and forth while stimming or attempting to self-soothe. All pseudoscience. Shin told investigators.
Fake news.
Fake news. Oh, it's stimming. It's just an excuse to be annoying in public and then be like, "Oh, I'm autistic." My form of stimming is I get to punch you in the face over and over. Oh, I'm just stimming.
You should try that.
I do. I already do this. I go to work every single day and I jerk off under my desk and they go, "Why are you masturbating?" I'm stimming.
Dude,
Hold on. I'm about to stim.
I feel a stim coming on. The teacher should have used the stimming defense.
Yeah.
She should have said, "No, that's my stimming."
That's my stimming. My stimming is I put my foot out.
My stimming is I put my foot out.
I put my foot out. I'm in the yellow office.
Every bean by bean.
Put my foot out bean by bean.
Yeah.
My form of stimming is listening to the Orange Man, Bad Man, Crass Man, Bad Man podcast. The teacher resigned after the incident, saying it was a wake-up call and that the job may be too stressful for her. I said it right. I said the job is stressful and it causes you to make crazy. She said that tripping the child was a split-second mistake.
Yeah. Yeah. But pulling the seat out from underneath him, that was just for fun.
All of this points to hiding his helmet.
Yeah. Saran wrapping all the toilets.
All of this points to somebody. It does not point to somebody who said, "Here's an autistic nonverbal kid. I'm going to trip them," and just here's somebody an opportunity to trip a kid, and then once he tripped and fell over, he goes, "Oh shit, that's the autistic kid." Fuck.
Yeah.
Like, oh fuck, that's the one that doesn't talk. Shit. Fuck, that's the wrong one. Just going home that night, shit, I should have tripped any other kid. Why that one? That's just what I think happened here.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, that was the stories I had for.
Did you ever get pranked by a teacher? Did you ever get tripped by a teacher? Pushed by a teacher?
What?
Noogie?
No. I would have killed them. I would have brought a knife to school. You don't fuck with me. Did you ever get pranked or fucked with with a teacher? Or did you ever fuck a teacher?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, okay. Did you ever get fucked with by a teacher?
Not physically, but I did have a teacher in middle school who nicknamed me Troublemaker.
Oh.
And every time they would see me, they'd go, "There goes Troublemaker walking in the hallway."
That is sounds like, just from your impersonation of him, a creepy old man who wanted to fuck you as a child.
Well, they were
There
old.
goes Troublemaker. You want to cause some trouble in the janitor closet?
She's causing trouble in my pants.
She's
Yeah.
causing me trouble because I'm going to get in trouble for what I'm going to do to her.
Yeah.
Well, that was it?
Yeah, that's the only, like, to my face.
But you had a teacher to
incident.
ask your mom, how do you deal with her?
Yeah. But that wasn't to me. I didn't know until my mom told me.
What grade was that?
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten. Someone to ask your mom, how do you deal with her?
Yeah, because I was the kid who, if other kids answered questions too slowly, I would just butt in and say the answer and go, that's the answer. All right, let's move on.
Ironically, though, the top comment or in the top message that I get for the podcast is, how do you deal with her?
Well, what can I say? My kindergarten teacher watches this religiously.
Ah, damn. I had this lighting set up because Byron was going to be here. And I realized that the light is pointing where Byron would sit. And this whole time I've been dark. But I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You be whitey, I be darky. In this episode, I'm all darky. But next time I got to remember, make them actually point better at me. Anyway.
You're the shadow man.
I'm the shadow man. I prefer darky. Thank you. I prefer to be called darky. Thank you.
But shadow man sounds sinister and cool.
I'm the shadow man. But really, I can't go out there and talk. I got so much gas. Please don't send me out there, Mr. Producer. Please, I'm begging you. Jesus Christ, help me. Here, I'll play one more thing here.
All right.
This is something Byron sent me that I thought was funny. I've already played it for you, but let's play it on the podcast just because it's so damn good. It's great. Whoever this is, genius. We would like to offer you a spot on our new podcast, the Crass Man Crass Bad Orange Man Bad podcast. Because we would love to have you because you're a funny dude if you ever listen to this. Anyway, watch this.
Yes, I can hear you. So the family with the poor little girl who was.
Fire happening right now.
Say that again?
Why is there a fire happening right now?
There are multiple fires that are taking place.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. In the news though, you're supposed to know.
Well, I don't know how it started. We don't know how it started. There,
I think
winds.
it's all the gay people in LA.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
We got the,
unacceptable. Gina, yes.
And this is Fox News. They shouldn't have said unacceptable. They should have said, hell yeah, that damn right. No, I'm just joking. So funny. So funny. Ridiculous. I love how he's like on her case from the beginning. He goes, you work for the news. You should know why the fires are starting. If anyone's looking for like the a possible perk for the not perp, a possible perpetrator of the of arson, that guy might be it. He is running around in the news going, you know why the fire started? You work for the news. You should know. With like a smile on his face.
Yeah.
I did it. Because of the gays. Just see how many gays are out here. You should know. You work for the journalists, huh? You a journalist, huh? How did that fire over there start that I was just standing by?
Yeah, you might be right. That they might want to look into him.
Yeah, maybe. Do you think that the fires were caused by gay people?
No, but I do think that
Fire is gay.
Yeah, fire is gay. And the lesbian fire chief in LA, I do think is right. You should blame the victims in all fire scenarios.
Oh, that's right. What did the LA fire chief in that video, right?
Yeah.
She's like, I'm not going to come get you.
Well, it's like, if I have to come get you, you did something wrong to get yourself into trouble.
Let's see if I can find it. LA fire chief.
Shame on you, dumbass, for getting yourself stuck in a
Video.
fire.
No, it's not showing up right away. Of course, it's going to be hidden under a bunch of things.
Shadow band.
I have to
there
go to. Wait. Oh, this
there-
one right here,
there it
right?
is. That might be it.
But it's in Sky News Australia. Let's
Okay,
skip to the
extra
part that actually has the video.
Skip to the goods.
Literally none of it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Hold on.
Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
Your husband was a dumbass for building a mansion on a dry-ass mountain in California.
Oh, your husband's burning? Should have thought of that before he became a man. Because I'm not going to get him because I'm a strong woman.
And I don't have to prove it to anybody.
The only reason a man might be in a fire is because he's stupid. Why are you there, stupid? Why are you in a fire right now? That's what you want from your fire chief.
Yeah.
Why are you in a fire right now? Shit. Shit, stupid. Get yourself out of that fire. I ain't gonna help you. Fuck.
No, she just comes up to the house that's on fire and yells, "Do you have the Waymo app? We can only help you if you have the Waymo app."
Please hold for a minute while we try to reroute your home.
Sorry.
Sorry, we have to reroute the fire. Do you have the Fire Go Bye-Bye app?
Have you tried turning the fire on and off?
Do you have the water app? We can't get water in this hose without you using the water app. Oh, God.
No, I think they're spot on. Spot on.
Oh, man.
I say public safety officers, you should always victim blame.
In the future, there will be a cop, and he finds himself in an alley, and all of a sudden there's a shootout. Somebody he was trying to follow turns around. They have a gun. He pulls out his gun, and he tries to shoot it, but it won't shoot. He has to pull out his phone and go to his gun app. and connect the gun app via Bluetooth to the gun. And over on the other side, the shooter has to do the same thing because his isn't shooting, so he's got to find it. And he has an Android, so he has to go to the gun website. He has to go to gun.com and log in using his credentials. And then one of them is going to get to the app first, and then they have the two-factor authentication, so it'll text you a code that you need to then copy to paste into the app so that you can shoot your gun. And whoever can go through that process faster can shoot the other one first.
Yeah.
That will be the future.
Yeah, and we will have
of all professions.
And we will have self-shooting guns.
It will be a fire raging in LA and a fire chief standing at a fire hydrant going, "I can't get the fire hydrant to connect via Bluetooth, so we can't put out the fire." I don't understand if they say that like a solar flare out of nowhere could just wipe out all electronics on Earth. Why do we build everything new to be dependent on electronics and the internet only? If the internet is something that somebody like a foreign government could, or a foreign military could bomb like our servers and get rid of our internet for good, why is every product hosted on the internet? Like everything is based on the internet. This picture frame back here that displays pictures of our loving memories is connected to an app on the internet that I have to upload the pictures to.
That's the Gameo app.
Oh, well, I can't get funnier than that, Lauren. But we do have to wrap up here. We are going to continue this conversation on the couch over at the Patreon. If you want a bonus episode every single week, sign up for patreon.com/workingcrasspod. We basically sit on the couch and just have a fun conversation without the computer and without the stories to react to. We just sit and chat, and it's fun.
Yeah.
And some of our funniest stuff has come out of those. So definitely go sign up for that. Before we leave you, we always wrap up with what you learned. Lauren, what did you learn today?
I learned that I'm going to miss Biden, our most flawless president, and he was perfect in every way. And Working Crass would never make fun of such a wonderful and gifted and talented elected official.
As the lady who pushed you today would say, a glorious Rita. And we're way past the 45-minute mark. We can make our Asian jokes, okay? And let's see, what did I learn today? I learned that Orange Man, Crass Man, Bad Man podcast is hosted by two bozos who always fuck each other at the end of every episode. I've watched it. It's disgusting. It's gross. They're fat. Anyway, all right. Thanks for watching. We love you. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.